What is up, YouTube? It's Cameron coming back at you with another video, another VSG video. It's been about 5 days now since the surgery. My surgery was scheduled September 1st, 2016 at the Cypress Point Surgical Medical Center. My doctor was Dr. Andrew Hargroder, very well-renowned surgeon in the area. I did a lot of research on him. I was actually referred to him, but he did a fantastic job. This video may be a little long just because of some of the other ones that I've done. I've just been kind of shots here and out just because I've had a lot going on dealing with, you know, the first beginnings of the surgery. So this one here is just kind of going to be what's all been going on with me, things I've been eating, and stuff like that. So yeah, my doctor's name was Dr. Andrew Hargroder. I set up a consultation on the 2nd of August. Went in and talked to him. He was a really nice guy. Had about a 30-minute consult with him, which that was like $150, and it went towards the cost of the surgery. After that, we originally had it scheduled for the 18th, 17th or the 18th of August, but I actually live in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge. And I don't know if, I don't know where you guys may be, but I'm sure you heard on TV about the major floods that happened in this area around that time. Unfortunately, you know, my family and I, we lost everything, but we didn't lose our lives. So we're perfectly thankful to, you know, for that. I rescheduled the surgery at that point just because, you know, clearly it wasn't fitting for that time, having to kind of get the house emptied out and all that other stuff. So I ended up rescheduling it for for September the 1st, which honestly I feel like worked the best. You know, I had a little bit of pushback from, you know, my family just because of the time and things like that, but you know, I had made it up in my mind that the time was now. It was time to get it done. I could not wait any longer. You know, whatever happens here from here on as far as moving in, I'm just going to have to deal with it. We're all just going to have to pull together and just make it happen. But, you know, the move is something that'll be fixed in a couple of months. This is something that's going to fix me for the rest of my life. So I'm not going to, you know, I wasn't going to put it off any longer. And you know, through some discussion, everybody was okay with it. Everybody was on board with it. I mean, they knew how serious I was about having this done. So, I'm sure you guys, you know, may have seen the videos that I posted the day of. One thing I would say though is my doctor didn't make me do some major diet before the surgery. I mean, I literally, the first time I talked to him was August the 1st, August the 2nd, and we scheduled a surgery 2 weeks out. He didn't say anything about, I want to see if you can do this diet, I want to see if this, that, and the other. I mean, it was literally like a walk-in, let's do it, let's get it done. Which I don't know how I feel about that 100%. I know psychologically I can handle it. I know psychologically, you know, I'm strong enough to be able to say no, you know, to foods and things like that. But maybe it was because I may have not been at I don't know, a bigger risk as far as like health wise as some people are. I have no idea. But that would be something that I would definitely want to check into. Just seeing if there's a trial period. I know I've been seeing on on a lot of people's vlogs that they went through, you know, they lost 20 pounds before they even did the surgery off of, they were instructed to do a, you know, to do a week of clear liquids before. I actually didn't. Up until the day before the surgery, I actually had pizza for lunch as my going away present. later on that night I got home and I read the paperwork and it said to keep it light on the day before surgery. So I was freaking out. I didn't think I was going to be able to have the surgery because I was like, well, I have, 3 slices of pizza sitting in my stomach. So luckily that was at 1 o'clock. I called the nurse's office, or I called the surgical medical center, and she was like, well, you should be fine if you hadn't had anything since then. I was like, no, I haven't. I've just been drinking water, which I hadn't had anything. I knew I was going to be bad, so I'd already made it in my mind not to eat anything for the rest of the day. So other than that, I was able to, clearly I had the surgery, so it must not have affected it too much. As of right now, let's see, September 1st, with today's date, today is Tuesday, so I don't know what today's date is. Let's see. Today is September 6th. So, yeah, so it is day 5. Today is the 5th day. Still a little sore in the abdominal area. But my energy levels are kind of fluctuate. I don't know if it's something to do with hydration. I know I've been getting a lot of fluids in. I'm not sure how many grams of protein I'm getting. I'm supposed to be getting 60 to 80 per day. I know that I've been knocking out maybe one of these a day. So not in one sitting. I can't do it all in one sitting. But I've been able to knock out one of these a day. The Premier Protein. It's 30 grams of protein in this little thing. So I do 15 at a time, but over the course of a day, I'll usually have gotten my 30 grams. As well as I'm drinking some Isopure, which there's 40 grams in the whole bottle. And I'm not drinking the whole bottle. It's a 20-ounce bottle. It probably takes me a day and a half to drink a whole bottle. One thing that I found that actually helps and works real well with that is if I drink, I actually mix the Isopure, the liquid Isopure, I mix that with some Crystal Light. That gives it great flavor. Isopure doesn't have a bad flavor, but right there at the end, you can taste that whey protein. Excuse me. You can taste the whey protein in there. So that's something that kind of turns you off a little bit about it, but I've been mixing that with some of the Crystal Light, and that's actually been helping me out tremendously as well. So other than that, it's hard to decide, or hard to determine or decipher, whichever word you want to use there, the difference in the feeling from hunger pains, just regular abdominal pains, or gas pains in this stage. Sometimes, I'll be sitting there and I'm like, man, I think I'm hungry, because I think I may be having some sort of gas pain, and I'll, take a few spoonfuls of some soup and I'm done. So I'll be glad whenever the pain side of this has stopped. So I'll know when I'm hungry, or I'll know, what's going on. Sorry, I keep looking around. I'm actually here at the gym. I lost my card to get into my gym during the flood, so I'm waiting for the manager to get here, and they don't get here until 12. I guess I'm just hoping that he shows up early. It's hard to decipher between those feelings. I just kind of see what's going. I just try whatever and see whatever works. But like I said, my energy levels have been up and down. I think it's just because this will be the first day where I've actually worked out. I've been walking. I've still been active. I think for me, it depends on what mood I'm in, like what I'm doing. If I'm at the house chilling, I'm in chill mode. But if I'm out and I'm up, then I'm up. So I'm trying to think of some other things that may be able to help for you guys. I've been watching a ton of videos. Again, I mentioned it in some of my other videos. I probably will not have a weight update until 2 weeks from now when I go for my follow-up. The reason being is I don't have a scale that is big enough, or I guess heavy enough for me. One of my first scale victories is to be able to be that way. As I said before, the highest weight that I recorded was 440 pounds. That right there was the biggest slap in the face for me, biggest eye-opener for me. Everybody says that they're blown away from when I tell them that number, because I don't look like I weigh 440 pounds. And the reason why is because, for one, I'm 6 foot, which is average height, but I've also I played football in high school, I played football in college, I also powerlifted in both high school and in college. So, you know, if we rewind 5 years ago, I'd say 5 to 10 years ago, I was pretty buff. You know, if you guys look at some of those World's Strongest Man competitions and things like that, you know, I was just like that. Only thing that happened was I was, you know, after I graduated from college, I had a desk job, and I piled on fat on top of a bunch of muscle that was up under, you know, that I already had. So that made my weight skyrocket. I mean, even when I was in the best shape of my life out of high school, I was 275. So, you know, 275. I'll try to see if I can post a picture of me in high school at 275, so you could see. I mean, 275 on me looked like maybe, I would say, 220, 250 on somebody else. You know, just because of how tall I was, and just, you know, I was all solid. So I remember even in college when I was able, you know, was able to run a mile at a time, was still working out, playing football. When I graduated college, I was like maybe 350. Yeah, and didn't even look like 350. So, you know, it's still a shocker, just because nobody wants to see 440. There's no excuse around it. So my overall weight goal is going to be to try to get down to 275 to 250. 250 would be amazing for me, to get down to be that small. That's gonna mean, you know, pretty much a 200-pound weight loss. So, and I'm definitely gonna keep that journey up and kind of keep posting so you guys can see that. But I think that, you know, I think this is going to be a good move for me. Like I said, this video is going to be a little long, so if you don't want to sit through it, that's perfectly fine. But it's kind of hard to see right now. One of my first goals is just going to be able to, I did buy a scale that maximum weight was at 400. So as soon as I can see my weight on that, I'll know that I've lost at least 40 pounds. And then I feel like after that, it's just downhill from there. I'll be able to track it better and kind of be on my own, you know, on a better schedule. That's sort of the problem that I had previously with working out. It was hard for me to track my progress. Even though the scales at the gym were just little home scales that if you weigh over 300 pounds, you're just going to say error. Nobody likes seeing error. You know, so just for right now, one of the goals, one of my ways of track, I'm just taking pictures. That's pretty much all I have, taking pictures, and we're gonna, you know, just kind of go from there. So you know, I'll update you guys and plan from here on, just to kind of see. You know, this video vlogging is going to help also, just because, you know, it's going to be just like a picture. So I'll be able to keep you guys updated as far as progress and everything like that. But I don't want to keep this video too drawn out. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer your questions. That way you can maybe get some more out of the video. instead of me just blabbering about a bunch of nothing. But I feel like it was needed today. Like I said, I'm 2 days away from my week. So clearly I'll do another one in 2 days, and then after that it'll probably just be week long, unless something spectacular happens between then, and I just want to let you guys know of it. So I will say some of the people that I've been really looking at and been really admiring have been let me see here, VSG Kirk, as well as Scott Weston. I don't know. I think if you just type his name in, he actually lost a bunch of weight in like a year's time. It was like 210 pounds. So, and he's very encouraging. So I would encourage you guys to check him out. Let's see here. Let me get my phone. I'm using my phone to prop it up. Let me check my, who else have I been watching as of recently? Look at my good old history here. I may have to edit this out, but. Oh, yeah. Fighting 400. You and I have a lot of things in common, sir. You know, so I don't know if you ever get a chance to see this video, or I don't know if YouTube has a way to tag people or anything, but I really took to your videos, man. We kind of have a lot of things in common. You know, we were both at that 400-pound mark, and I think you know, we're still pretty early on in this process. So, you know, look, if you know, I like to reach out to you, you like to reach out to me or anything of that nature, man, let's do this journey together. You're already so far ahead of me, you know, so I'm definitely looking up to you in this journey. So fighting 400, man, keep doing what you're doing. You know, you've been inspiration to me, and I know to a lot of other people. So I'll be back with another video in in 2 days with the week 1 update, and then after that it's going to be every week, unless you guys have any particular questions you want me to answer right away. Again, this has been Cameron. I'm not going to have some kind of VSG name. I don't know what to think of. So, but if I do come up with one, I'll let you guys know. I'm signing off for right now. I will be back in a couple of days. Y'all stay tuned. Let me know if you have any questions. Put it down at the bottom, and I'll get to them, and we'll go from there. Y'all have a good day. Any guys that are planning on doing the sleeve, don't wait. You should have done it yesterday. Y'all have a good day.